day and welcome to Divine International Academy Phase 4 Nyanya Abuja. I am Godrose Onojobi, welcoming you to our press deck. Our first term examination is currently ongoing and we all are doing our best to come out in flying colors. The management of Divine International will be participating in the funeral ceremony of our dear teacher, Mr. Emmanuel Essen, who passed on 20th of November 2022. The burial is scheduled to take place Saturday, 3rd December. Now let's have the educational updates for Monday, 28th November. Over to David Giddis.
Good day viewers, welcome to Divine International Academy Press Desk. I am David Giddis with the news. Education news updates for Monday, 28th November. Let's begin with the Vanguard newspaper. Kwara government reopens College of Education. Kwara government has ordered the immediate resumption of academic activities at the State College of Education in Ilorin. This directive is contained in a statement issued by the Press Secretary, Ministry of Tertiary Education, and on the Tide newspaper. The federal government and UNICEF sponsored 1.5 million girls' education. The Federal Ministry of Education, the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom, and the United Nations Children Fund have partnered to sponsor the education of 1.5 million girls in northern Nigeria. And on the Daily Post newspaper, Akwa Ibom, SUPEB raises alarm over vandalization of infrastructures in public schools. The Akwa Ibom State Universal Basic Education, SUPEB, has condemned the level of infrastructural vandalism in public primary schools in the state. A board member of SUPEB, Sir John Udo, who spoke with journalists in Uyo at his office over the weekend, called on members of the community where the schools are sited to own the properties and avoid theft and destruction of those facilities. In the Lekchit newspaper, the listing of 50 schools by WAEC, APC breathes fire, issues strong warning to top Southwest PDP governor. Reports that the West African School Certificate Examination Board had delisted 50 secondary schools in Oyo State over cases of examination malpractice have been condemned by the All Progressive Congress APC. The Nation reports that the ruling party described the action by the examination body against the Southwest states as unacceptable. Still on the Daily Post, we need more girls to go to schools in Nigeria, says 13-year-old Abdullahi Buhari. Still on the Daily Post, Governor Udom Emmanuel furnishes 17 public schools with modern science laboratory equipment. Now on the Guardian newspaper, tests don't make pupils better at exams, but they do improve their teachers. There is a never-ending argument about whether we test our children too much or too little. Why can't we be fluffy like the Nordic countries with no test in primary schools? Asked some. Still on the Guardian, senior tourists demand Sunak ditches as mindless, crack down on overseas students. Still on the Guardian, senior tourists demand Sunak ditches, mindless crackdown on overseas students. Still on the Guardian, universities condemn over threatening to dock all pays of striking staff. 2 universities have threatened striking academics that they will be docked of all their pay indefinitely in a move that has been described by a union as brutalizing staff into submission. The University and College Union, the UCU, claims record number of its members as 150 higher education institutions across the UK went on strike on Thursday and Friday. Still on the Guardian, 1 in 10 UK teachers forced to do second jobs to keep eating amid rising costs. Still on the Guardian, treated like a criminal. Nepal student wrongly detained at UK border loses uni place. An international student who flew to the UK to take up a university scholarship was detained at the border and held in custody for 12 days after being unable to answer a detailed question about his course. Still on the Guardian newspaper, state educated student driving up competition and diversity at Oxford, says outgoing VC. The rising number of state schools pulling winning places at Oxford is thanks to their own efforts and greater ambition rather than the university's policies. According to Oxford's outgoing Vice-Chancellor, Louis Richard, dismissing claims that Oxbridge is based against application from privately educated students. Richardson said more smart students are applying from the state from the state sector and creating greater competition, causing those who might historically have expected to get in to publicly campaign when they miss out. That's it for the education updates for Monday 28th November. I remain David Giddis. Thanks for watching.
Have you heard? Have you heard? Divine International Academy now partners Crystal Education Media for exciting press club activities, news presentations, interviews, discussions, and lots more. Find Kiddies International on Eagles Wing.